Hey guys, this is RideMyAvatar. We're going to be talking about none other than my list that I got 4th in Swiss and then top 8. I basically finished in the top 8. I got knocked out instantly on round 1 of top 8. But for a case tournament with 32 players, so that's a pretty decent size, competitive level event. So let's see what happens, what we did, what we faced, and how we handled everything. Okay, so let's dive into this video and talk about it. So first off, my round 1 opponent was none other than Blue Flare. I actually took that to game 3. It was really close on game 1 and 3. Game 2, he kind of just had the momentum and got it going. We actually played as friendlies at first. He won that set of 3 as well, but hey, that's just what happens sometimes. That's just how fate decides. Next round, we faced against Red Shinegreymon, and that one, we kind of just 2-0'd it. We just answered his board, prevented him from playing, and that was huge tempo. That was big. Round 3, that was against one of my opponents in the round, and one of our regular locals, Bt-13 Gaming. He was a very good player. He's a very powerful player when you play against him. Very methodical, very strong. He really puts you on a competitive level that you want to be at. So game 1, we both were kind of bricking. He got out of his brick before I could, and I wasn't seeing rookies. He wasn't seeing champions. Then he drew into his champions, and then it was game set. Game 2 was very close to the wire, and I just pulled ahead, and I just had the answers. I got into the ruin mode, preventing him from playing a bit, and that was huge. His Marcuses just could not swing for 2 turns, and that just shut him down. And then we went into game 3, another very close game that he pulled ahead. It was just his double burst mode, back-to-back turns, I just could not handle. And it was just, I really needed to get one more piece in the card to go off, and I just could not get there. Game number 4, this was against, what was it? Oh, this was against none other than one of our other local players. Very solid player, very strong. He played me with his Balphamon Sleep Rage mode. It was just, I was just outspacing it. By the time he would have a board decently set up for the Balphamon, I was already pulling ahead, and that was a big difference. And, he didn't do a multiple sleep turn on the first game 1, and it stuck in raise, and then I just basically DP-minused it off the board. And then game 2, I just cleared house. There was just nothing happening there. Then round 5 happened, and that was against none other than, guess who? This was a Rosemon burst mode. Very close 3 games, by the way. It was very close. Game 1, I had it. I just got the ruin mode up, and they could not promote or do anything after I've cleared the board. And I basically just deleted everything from there. Then game number 2, really, really close. I got him down to like 1 security left. But then he just locked down my board completely. He had to find his burst mode, and he found it. Next, the final version is that game 3. It was very close, very fast paced. I had to get the win in that turn, and I was able to basically secure it. It was like we had 5 minutes left in time when we got to game 3, and it was just a speed pace, and I just got through very quickly. I cleared his board, shut him down, and basically he just had nothing left, and I won there. But definitely a lot of good games. And then for the top 8 finish, we faced Mirage Galga, because one player wanted to not do split. Everybody could have walked away with a box and a half if they split, but nope, somebody wanted to play it out. Happens. Does happen. Then, that person got knocked out in the beginning of the top 8. I got knocked out by Mirage. Just basically, first game 1, couldn't evolve up to past my champion, and I just ended up dying. Just Mirage had all its pieces. I just could not answer respond. Then game 2 ended up just bricking again. Every time I was searching for a tamer, whiffed it. I couldn't grab a Marcus until at least turn 6, and by that point, he just had Mirage to clear out game. I tried to keep my hand size small, but just could not do it. But, guys, let's get into this deck profile, shall we? So, first off, we have Bt-13 Koromon. So, when one of your yellow or red tamer becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP. So, you could play the red one, but I feel like the yellow Koromon is just so much more value. I think being able to minus DP off threats is very important. So, yellow Koromon, really useful. Then we have none other than a Agumon from Bt-13 as well. This one has the minusing DP effect when your tamer become a red or yellow tamer becomes suspended, minus 2000 DP. But also, it does have reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, grab the Greymon and Marcus from it, and then place it into your hand, place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. So a decent +2 when hard played, anything like that. Not bad. I think that's a good setup there. And then we do have Agumon that basically has a main effect and can pop basically DP 3000 or less when you suspend a red or yellow tamer. So if you minus enough of the DP first, then go into this, your opponent is just in a bad day. So main effect, one of your Marcuses becomes a 3000 DP Digimon and can't Digivolve. So it just becomes very useful. I think this is a very powerful Digimon. And I thought this was, you had to promote it up and then do that. No, I thought it wasn't a starter main. This is a main effect. I thought it was starter main. So hard playing it, I learned that from Lance when he did it to me. I'm like, oh, this is going to get scary. So definitely that very beneficial card, actually. Then we did play Agumon. So Agumon here says starter main phase if you have a yellow or red tamer. You will instantly gain 1 memory. So being able to gain 1 memory is vital, but also you can draw a card when your tamer becomes suspended. So Marcus suspends, draw a card, start a main phase, pays for the Marcus itself. So I don't hate that. I like that a lot. So that's why I played it at 3, just vital, because we just needed a little more searchability in Agumon X. So being able to Digivolve up into Agumon X through Agumon, all your Agumons, very useful. Being able to dig deeper, especially if your opponent gave you 3, you just play Agumon, get Agumon X, Digivolve up, and, you know, get some pieces, get some searchability. So I definitely like it. I think 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rookies is pretty solid. It keeps your deck going, and the likelihood of not seeing them is very slim. So next we get into the Geo Gray we wanted to be in almost all the time. So this Geo Gray here says when Digivolving, if you have a Marcus in play, you may play 1. If you do not have a Marcus in play, play 1. And then basically from your hand without paying its cost. But then when it basically gives the minus 2000 DP because your tamer got suspended, yellow or red. And I love Shinegreymon for that. Very solid. I think he's the better one because the likelihood in my hand was always more than likelihood in my security. Then we do have Geo Gray. This one, when you see the first time this was the one you were getting and there was no tamers in there, you cry. Because if you have multiple of this Geo Gray, even though it gives you a play 1 red or yellow tamer among them without paying its cost, if you do recovery, it does delete 3000 DP or less. But the fact of after the first one whiffs, and then this was the back-to-back ones you had, I cried. I cried a little. Then we do play 2 of EX4 Geo Grays just for the draw and the start of if you have a yellow or red tamer in your play, you gain that 1 memory. Very good. I love the draw aspect because, again, I'm not playing the draw Koros because I didn't feel comfortable always swinging with it because sometimes the stack was just that important to stay on board for an extra turn, so why not just take advantage with Geograys and Agus to draw me cards. Then we have RideMyAvatar for Bt-13. This one's one of the better ones because of the fact that it makes your Marcus go to security for both the inheritable and main, but you get to play one Marcus from your hand without paying its cost when digivolving. Really strong, being able to digivolve on top of Geogray for 3. I love it. I mean, combo-wise, it's very powerful when you basically play the Bt-13 Marcus, suspend, delete something. Just gaining that memory too. Really like it a lot. Then we do play 2 Shinegreymon for Bt-12. This one, if you have a yellow tamer in play, you gain, or red tamer, gain 1 memory. And then basically, this one says when one of your tamers is deleted, place 1 Marcus from the trash to the top of your security stack face down. Not bad one. I think that's a very important one, but when one of your tamers is deleted, place 1 Marcus from the trash on top of your deck. I think it's vital at the 2, so I think that's very worth it. Then we play Shinegreymon X Antibody at 2. Just for the fact of, you know, when digivolving, you may play 1 yellow or red tamer from your hand without paying its cost. Then if you have Shinegreymon or X Antibodies Digievolution, they get minus 2000 DP for the turn for each yellow or red tamer you have in play. And then this one gains some DP boost, but you're never on it long enough to matter, in my opinion. Then we do play 1 EX4 Shinegreymon. When digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon and all your opponent's security Digimon get minus 4000 DP for the turn. This thing gets scary pretty quickly. And then when one of your yellow tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon and all your opponent's security gets minus 4000 DP. Just being able to punch through makes your life easier. Then we do play 2 Shinegreymon that gives it Marcus's extra 3000 DP and security +1, but also for each yellow, or red tamer you have in play, one of your opponent's Digimon and all their security get minus 3000 DP for the turn. Not bad. I think being able to minus the DPs and just get them smaller and get threats off the board has come up more importantly than anything else. So I definitely like it. And then we do have 2 Shinegreymon from Bt-13. The fact that basically it can make it so your Marcuses become free punchers is really useful because of the start of main effect. Because the start of main effect here says until one of your end of your opponent's turn, one of your Marcuses is treated as 3000 DP and can't digivolve and gains blocker. When one of your red or yellow tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6000 DP for the turn. So, boom. You know, being able to swing in and get that minusing DP, really useful. Then we do play 1 Shinegreymon from old Bt-3. So suspend all your tamers for each tamer suspended this way. Activate the following effect. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 DP for the turn. And then your turn, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for each tamer you have in play. So he gets bigger, he gets beefier on your turn. But also the fact that if you suspend all your Marcuses from BT, you know, your Bt-13 Marcuses, that's 3 free memory and popping on top of it, so you can just remove a wide board very easily. Then we do play the Shinegreymon Burst Mode at 2. So this card here is basically where you kind of just push for game a lot of times. Because when digivolving, you play a Marcus from your hand without paying its cost. And then for the turn, the tamer played by this fact gets plus 12,000 DP. Digimon is treated as a 12,000 DP Digimon and can't digivolve and gains block rush. And then when one of your Digimon becomes suspended, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So free security removal comes up a lot. I mean, hey, definitely in the mirror, you can just remove a Marcus that got put on top there. Then we do play 2 Ruin Mode. I stand by this now. I used to not, and I feel sorry for all you guys. I should have stood by this. Ruin Mode is probably the best just because it can stop your opponent's turn completely for a full rotation. And sometimes you get lucky and you can get into a ruin. This one will stop their turn again. They're not big enough to deal with what's in your security. This delete this Digimon and one of your opponent's Digimon. Recovery 1. You know, delete this Digimon and one of your opponent's Digimon. Recovery 1. Then if you have a tamer in play, hatch one of your Digi-Eggs to an empty space in your breeding area. So free recovery, free Digimon pop, free, you know, blanketing effect. I think it's just very powerful. It's really good. Then we got 4 Punch Evolve Marcuses. Basically, he's here to basically 1 cost. If you have a Agumon or Greymon at the starter main, make him a Digimon, punch in, Digivolve your Agumon, Greymon up the ladder, get into a free room mode if you could do this multiple times. So. Then we do have Bt-13 Marcus, starter main phase. He's a mem setter. 5 costs, though. Can be a 4 cost if, you know, as long as you on play, you may suspend this tamer. If this tamer becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. And if you have a Digimon with Agumon or Greymon as name, gain 1 memory. Just sometimes that was just enough. Playing that this Marcus for free was really good. Then we did tech in 1 Cody. So start of your main, if you have a yellow Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. And then when one of your Digimon with 2 or more colors attacks, you may suspend this tamer to give one of your opponent's Digimon minus 2,000 DP. Well, we're all 2 colors, to be honest with you. So Cody was just vital in this situation. And then pancakes. I love pancakes. That's the only reason why we played yellow memory boost. I had these sitting in a binder for so long. I went like, you know what? I'm playing yellow mem boost because I like pancakes. Pancakes. Let me know down in the comments. Do you like pancakes? If you do, type in pancakes. But basically, only reason I could have played the red, but nah, I'm joking. The reason for it was I vitaled on grabbing this card with this. If I needed this, being able to grab it with the yellow stuff, chef's kiss. Exactly. But pancakes, always good. I like pancakes. So let's take a look at the deck. Full on image for you, boys and girls, because that's why you're here, to see the full list at the end of the video. So, tamers. Big level 7s. Then we got the Ryza boys. Now again, this list is not finite, like, for anybody. Just build the list how you want it. So, you guys kind of see where I was going with it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!